Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you guys? Hope everybody's doing well and that we're excited about spring being right around the corner. I feel like it's there. We're so close, right? We're so close. And spring to me means that I should be weight bearing because I broke my ankle in January and I'm still struggling with that. The day I'm filming this, I know that Ace Beaute has a new release. However, I picked up their last two releases and I haven't filmed with them yet. So I thought, you know what? This is my kick in the rear end to get these filmed for you guys. One of the two palettes I picked up is the one that I'm going to use today. It's in the subject line, but if you didn't read it, this is the Ace Beaute palette called Envy, and I thought it was really pretty. I also picked up a couple lip products. I think this is a lip liner and a lipstick, so let's go ahead and put those on first and we can get going. These are the only things that I'm using from Ace Beaute. I really do like their lip components. They feel very elegant and bougie. This one just happens to be kind of a nudie brown called, I think it's called So Right. So this is the second Ace Beaute lip liner that I've ever used, and I actually really like it. So again, this says Pout Perfection Lip Liner. I think the color is So Right. It's got this beautiful cap on it, black, gold. I don't know, I really like it. This is the box for the lipstick. The only thing I don't like about this is it's big packaging, right? You've got this beautiful component in this very large package, and then what do you, I mean, you don't keep that, right? So I don't even, into the recycle bin. This is the component. Again, it has that same sort of, you know, theme along the cap with the lip liner. I gotta put it somewhere where you guys can see it. So it's got the same thing with the lip liner cap as it does with the lipstick cap. And we're gonna throw a little of this on this. I don't even remember what color I got. Oh, it's not a liquid, just so you know. This is actually a bullet. It popped the top off, and this is the shade. A little bit of a cool tone brown, you know? Kind of goes with everything. I guess you have to line it up, but anyway, it's back on. The lipstick is super comfortable. It's emollient. It feels good on the lips. Zero issues with that. I knew I was gonna like it. I mean, I bought it, and it is a first impression, but I had a feeling I was gonna like it. This is the palette. Is it upside down? I sometimes do that. I put the palettes upside down, even in my thumbnails. So this palette is the more, well, they're both kind of vibrant. Stay tuned if you want to see the other palette that I got at the same time, but this is what the colors look like. I try not to glare at you guys here, and I love this, and I'm terrified of it all at the same time. So I thought this would be a good chance to do one of Natasha Denona's techniques that she uses on close-set hooded eyes. This will be a good chance to use the technique that Natasha Denona uses, as well as play with this particular terrifying, bold color story. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm a lady of a certain age. I have close-set hooded eyes. The thing, you know, the stuff, maybe just like you, maybe not. I don't know, maybe you're blessed with not. I think I'm gonna do 3 looks in this because as I look at it, I'm a little scared about some of the colors. Some of them could be actually kind of fun though. You don't really have a transition shade. You do have this kind of mustardy, olive, green olive yellow. I'm not gonna start with that. Natasha always said start with a mid-tone matte. I think that's your only slightly mid-tone matte. So we're jumping in. I'm gonna take this vibrant blue right here and pick up a little bit of it. Now, Ace Beaute is a brand I've been kind of hit and miss with over the years. At certain times, I absolutely love their products, especially their new formula. Their first few palettes I ever got from them, I was disenchanted. I felt like they were really dry and they didn't really pack a punch. I'm not using an eyelid primer, and now I'm kind of regretting that. But anyway, we're moving on here anyway. So Natasha Denona, when she tells people with close-set hooded eyes to do their eyeshadow, she says start with your mid-tone matte. Of course, I'm using a vibrant blue. And she says, you have to go above where the hood is, right? And this is the technique I always do, but I don't know if I've explained it in the same way. So I'm just taking this up, and every now and then I have to keep looking straight ahead to make sure that I can still see it above that crease. Once you get it above the crease, man, then all of a sudden your eyes look a lot bigger than if I would have just left it alone. Now, I'm feeling like not using an eyelid primer was a gross tactical error. Okay, well anyway, I got the shadow up where I want it to be. I'm gonna cover most of it with a shimmer anyway, which is kind of like my full trick way to fix. So I'm gonna clean off that brush. I don't know why, just to have it. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll use cleaning off the brush a little bit. I'm gonna flip it over and I'm just gonna kind of use that same brush to sort of soften up that edge. I don't have, like I said, I don't have another good kind of light transition shade. So I gotta rely on this same shade to kind of be my transition. Oh my gosh, that has gotten so patchy. Oh, that's awful. Do you see that? Why did I not use an eyeshadow primer? I'm gonna switch brushes here. That was a rougher brush. I'm gonna switch into a Dominique Cosmetics brush and see if I can't pack that on a little bit more. Again, not super critical that it's solid saturated color because I'm gonna put a shimmer over the top of it, but I kind of wanted to have a little bit more than what it got me. All right, that other brush seems to be helping a little bit. I'm still very patchy. All right, note to self, we're doing eyeshadow base on the next eye look. All right, so again, I took that a little high. It seems so bold to do that much dark, but we're getting fancy here. Okay, I'm gonna take this next shade down in this row. I started with Crave. I started with this one. Now I'm taking this one. It looks a little lighter in the viewfinder than it does in person. Very much a cerulean blue kind of shade. And I'm just gonna take that all over my movable lid. We'll see if it doesn't lift that shade underneath it. It's going on okay. I feel like I should have used a primer, and I should be, you know what, I'm gonna use a little setting spray on this brush to see if I can't get this to pick up in here a little bit more. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Wow, I can't believe that got so patchy on me. I was so excited about this palette, and now I'm like, am I gonna have to fight with that? Or is that just the shade? Maybe the shade should have been used as a liquid liner instead. You know, that first shade that I used. Anyway, there we go. Looking like I've got a little bit of a black eye here. I'm gonna clean off that brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here next to it called Phantasm. I'm gonna pick a little bit of it up, and let's plug that right in the center. Oh, pretty. It's so rare that I do these super saturated rich colors, and then every now and then I do them and I go, oh, that's gorgeous. Why don't I do this a little bit more? I'm taking that same shade right here in the center of my face, right at the inner corner, and I'm just dragging it up a little bit, matching it up in there. Wow, I'm digging that. Wow, isn't blue pretty with brown eyes? Now I've got quite a bit of transfer underneath my eyes here, so I'll need to do a little patchwork, but let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Let me put some mascara on. We'll see if I need any liner. I think I do. I think I need a liner. I don't know which one I'm gonna use though. Okay, I think I know what liner I'm gonna use. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, that's the first look. I was really, it's probably hard to see when I have two different ones on here, or one like Popeye. I love the way this turned out so much, and at first I was like, no way. First of all, bright blue eyeshadow. Lady of a certain age wearing blue eyeshadow, come on. And then when I first started with that blue, and I was like, this is a patchy, horrible mess. And yet, by the time it's all said and done, with the shimmer on it, and with the mascara, and then a little bit of eyeliner, I did take a little pencil brush, like this one right here, and ran that same initial dark blue underneath, as well as I used, interestingly enough, a little purple, this is from About Face. I used a little bit of their purple eyeliner, just not really a little bit waterline, but really kind of scribbled it into the lash line. I love this. Now I'm like, kind of wish I was wearing this the rest of the day, but I have more looks to do, so let's play with some more here. We're gonna try a different rougher brush. The last one was too big. This one probably is also too big. I'm gonna take this green right here, this green matte, which is called Karma, and we're gonna pick up a little bit of that, and we're gonna do the same technique where we kind of build it from the lash line up. And I did not put on eyeliner or eyeshadow primer again. We'll do that in the last one. This already seems like it's going on a little bit better. I don't know if it was the brush or the shade, but I'm kind of tapping this on because I think part of the problem I had was maybe swiping it on was moving it. I don't know. I don't really know. Again, very much pigmented, very dark. They didn't give me a ton of shades to kind of transition, but I am going to use that other shade that they have in here. So I just keep checking to see if I can get above that fold to get up onto the hood to kind of minimize that hood. That's actually looking pretty good. Yeah. Oh, yep. And as I close my lid, I get a little creasiness, a little creasy in here. And again, I'm going to top it with another shade. So I'm not super worried about it being like perfect, but something to note that if you're using it, you know, as an all over the lid shade, you probably need to use a primer. I need to do that next time. Okay, grab a little bit of brush. I'm gonna go into Guile, which is this kind of mustardy green. And I'm gonna use this sort of buff out that top edge. This look that I'm doing is not normally what I do. It's not normally how I wear eyeshadow, but it is what Natasha Denona used in a recent masterclass shorts. You guys should follow her channel if you don't, but a little masterclass short video that she did on applying color onto hooded eyes and how to not lose the eyelid at all. Yeah, I'm okay with that for being a weird shade. That's fun. Okay, so this time, instead of using that brush to put on the shimmer, I'm gonna use my finger. And I'm torn because I kind of want to use that one and I kind of want to use this one. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's kind of a seafoam color called Illusion. And I'm just picking up some of it on my finger and I'm just gonna press it over that matte green. Oh, that's a gorgeous shade. So normally what I would have done would have been just left kind of a bare space on my lid and patted this over the top of that bare space on that movable lid. This time, you know, because I'm doing this other technique, I use that matte all over. So I'm wondering how much this actually changes that shade. I don't know if it helps to swipe it or tap it. I was concerned that if I swiped it, I was gonna remove some of that matte shade underneath it, but I don't think it did. So I'm just gonna take that same brush that I used earlier and just kind of blend it out a little bit. It's pretty. I feel like I lost a little bit of that shimmer on my lid. I'm gonna take it up just a little bit further right in the center. Yeah, it's not bad. I like the color. I mean, I think the color is gorgeous. Doesn't really go with what I'm wearing tonight. We'll have to see what I do with the last look, huh? Okay, let me grab a little bit more of, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna take this super dark shade. Where's my other pencil brush here? I'm gonna take this dark shade right here. And that's gonna be, I'm gonna use this just here on the outer corner of my lid and a little bit down here too. Just to kind of define that eye. Wow, so dramatic. That one is called Energy. Yeah, really like that. Okay, let me put some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, got the mascara on the green side. I feel like I need to do something a little bit more in the center. I didn't put any eyeliner on, I just left it alone. I'm gonna grab that same brush that I used to do kind of like a little tiny bit of darker one. This is a Rougher 03. I think I'm just gonna grab this green here. I actually wanna use this on my next look, but I'm gonna throw a little bit of that right there. Oh yeah. Oh yay, how fun. These are stunning shades. These ones right here in the center. Well, and that one too. Absolutely loving them. All right, you guys, so that's look number 2. Again, a lot of color for a lady of a certain age to try to pull off. I'm not normally kind of this vibrant, notice me sort of look, and I feel like that you get that with the eyeshadow, but I don't think it's unflattering. This to me is date night, or, you know, maybe when my husband's band is playing, that kind of thing. Okay, so you guys like either of these 2 looks? Let me take this off, I'll come back and do a third and final look. Be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. Got cleaned up. I don't know if you can tell, but my eyelid, bright pink now. That was that blue right there. Not sure if it's just stained, but it's a bright purpley pink. I did put a little of the About Face eyeshadow primer on here. It's translucent, so it's not covering up the shade. I'm trying to decide whether or not I should put like a concealer on it to give it some color. Haven't decided yet. I think I'm just gonna roll with it. Now we've got that on there at least. All right, I've got my favorite Rougher 01. I'm gonna start with this one. I think I'm gonna use this burgundy, this wine shade right here. I've done, you know, the blues, I've done the greens. I haven't done anything with a warmer shade. It's not even really warm. Is it brown or is it burgundy? It's called Desire. The answer is yes. All right, let's see here what this looks like. Again, using that same technique that Natasha Denona likes to do with hooded eyes, which is deposit the color, blend up above the crease. So far, I'm still just kind of tapping that shade on, and I've had to go in several times to get the shade to build up. All right, we'll just take this up above onto that hood, kind of open the eye a little bit. These dark colors seem so heavy, but I think with these beautiful shimmers that Ace Beaute has, I think they kind of work. Okay, so kind of like a reddish brown. Not a true wine color, not really purpley at all. Not really I don't know, a perfect brown. Let's try it on this eye. All right, you guys, as I'm getting this shade on too, for an all over the lid application, I just don't know that I'm loving their mattes. This doesn't feel maybe as dry as the old formula, because those ones seemed really, really dry. But I don't think they perform all that great, and that makes me so sad because I like their color stories and I really want to like this brand. I just feel like there are other brands that do mattes a little bit better, and that makes me sad. All right, we've got it on. It's a little bit patchy, but again, we're gonna put a shimmer over the top of it. So I'm just gonna clean that brush off so I can use it for blending out here in a second. I don't have a good like warm color shimmer in here, but I do think I like this kind of olive green one called Vibes. So I'm gonna take Vibes right over the top of that brownish burgundy shade. A little bit of fallout. I think their shimmers feel very creamy on the finger, which I like, but I am getting quite a bit of that glitter fallout, which is the name of somebody else's channel, not this one. Okay, and I do really like their shimmers. I think they're beautifully faceted. I think they're creamy to the touch. I think that they're applying well, even over that matte. I'm just so disappointed in those mattes. Are you guys getting the same kind of feedback from actual real YouTubers, or is it just because I don't know what I'm doing? It's okay to say either one, I don't really care. Some people get super defensive about the brands they love. All right, I'm just gonna build up a little bit more of that green right there in the center. I'm really liking the way this is coming together. I usually do monochromatic looks similar to the last two. So to do, you know, two kind of different colors together in the same one is kind of fun. Still have that same brush that I used initially to apply it. I'm just gonna keep trying to clean off a lot more of it on my Sigma switch. I'm going into Guile again, which is that, you know, my only transition-ish shade in here. And I'm just gonna use this to kind of buff out that top edge. You gotta be really careful in my opinion, because colors can easily get muddied when you're blending colors like these that are so different. So I'm trying to keep it to a small space and really just on that edge without, you know, blending the shades together. I'm somewhat successful. Yeah, take a little smaller brush and we're gonna go into, I think I wanna use Energy again. That's this one right here. And I'm gonna take this along my lash line and we're just gonna kind of build it up just into the crease on this outer corner. Okay, this color store reminding me a little bit of Tropical Vibes. I'll try to remember to include a card. And if I forget the card, I will try to remember to include the link in the description box. This reminds me a little bit of what I did with Tropical Vibes. Tropical Vibes, is that what it's called? I think so. If not, I'll flash the actual name on the screen. All right, I mean, I think this is okay. It's a little bruise-like, but I actually kind of like that. I think it's kind of edgy and fun. Where's my initial brush here? I'm gonna go back in a little bit more to this first shade that I used called Desire. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of it and just make sure I've got the right shape out here. Pretty dark, pretty moody, kind of fall-like. I actually kind of like it. I'm gonna go back a little bit more into that greenish yellow shade called Guile, just a little bit up here, because I want those colors to look slightly different. Okay, yeah. This is different and fun for me. I actually don't even mind it with the kind of green sweater that I've got on going right now. I've got this kind of gray, kind of charcoal gray shadow stick liner from About Face. I'm just gonna use this underneath here. I've got all these moody colors anyway. I think it'll be all right. Love me a chubby eyeshadow stick. Okay, and then I want to take, I think I'm going to go with this yellowish brown, or this yellowish green color Guile again. And I'm just going to take it a little bit lower than that charcoal gray that I just started with. Oh yeah. Just messy, grungy, fall-like, even though I know we're getting into spring. Moody. I'm going to call this moody. I like that. Let me put some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I've got some good news and some bad news, right? Like, I really like the way this looks. I think if I were going to put the effort into doing an eye look that feels a little bit me, but feels a little bit like edgy me, like I want to put on my black leather jacket, you know what I mean? This is great. All three looks I feel like I got good date night looks for. Some of them are a little bit out of my comfort zone. Like, I normally don't wear a lot of color and I normally do, you know, monochromatic looks, but this is beautiful. It wasn't easy though. I mean, it was easy in the sense that, I mean, it wasn't hard to get it, but those mattes are just miserable. That shade, gorgeous. That's what I've got on top of that burgundy right now. This shade right here feels a little drier. Stunning, 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 stunning aqua color. That one. Like, they do shimmers really, really well. The shimmers are what totally saves this palette for me, and the fact that they adhere over the top of the mattes, great. Like these, give me that in a palette. I'm gonna go back to the very first one that I tried to. A little bit less. That one's a little bit more of a satin shade. This, wow. Love those. I don't like their mattes. Did I end up with a look that I would leave the house in? Absolutely. When I normally do 3 looks with one palette, I'm looking for, can I get a work look? I work in a corporate environment. It's muted browns, right? I rarely use any color unless it's like maybe a mauve color, maybe a warmer brown, but it's brown, right? Like I'm wearing muted brown eyeshadow for my corporate environment. Or if I'm wearing glasses, which I normally wear, especially if I'm just working from home, I'll wear glasses. I don't normally do a lot of color unless I'm doing date nights. Sometimes, occasionally, I will do something a little bit more fun for weekend, you know, hanging out, whatever, running errands, just because I've got the time. I feel like when you wear color, it looks like you've taken more time to do it, but in all reality, it's the same amount of shades. You're doing the same amount of colors, just less. Kind of like when you wear a dress. People are like, wow, you look nice. You're wearing a dress. And they don't realize it literally takes less effort than putting on pants, because it's just like you're putting on the shirt. It's just longer. And whenever people are like, wow, you're dressed up. Nope, this is my lazy. This is my lazy because I didn't actually put on each leg anyway, regardless. This palette, jury's out on it, like hit and miss. I feel like the end results I got with all 3 are stunning, and I'm happy to have that. I'm happy to know that I've got it. I didn't enjoy the mattes. I've got one more new Ace Beaute palette here that I haven't filmed with, and then I've ordered their most recent one. So stay tuned, soon I will bring that back. Maybe they fix the formula. It actually looks like a beautiful color story, so I'm excited to have it. I just want it to work. I just want it to work easier. I pulled this off. Like, I think this is okay. Yeah. I'm all right with that. What do you guys think? What's your impression of Ace Beaute? Love the lip product. Love the components. I think they're really bougie feeling and feel very luxurious, and I'm very happy to have them in my collection. I'm excited to pull, I gotta grab them here. I'm excited to pull these out of my purse because I think these are fantastic. These feel high end. They don't feel inexpensive. They feel good. Like I'm excited to pull these out of my purse. This eye look, yeah, I'll wear this. I've got so much glitter fallout though. I'm gonna have to do a little cleanup before I leave my house. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope you guys consider sticking around. I can give you guys my honest opinion because I'm not a sponsored, affiliated, endorsed channel. Ace Beaute doesn't know that I'm doing this video. I doubt that they'll ever see it, but if they do, hi. Now I've got glitter on the back of my hand as well. How did that get there? How did I get that on my palm when it's on the back of my hand? That's crazy. Oh, maybe I clapped my hand together. You guys, this is the palette from Ace Beaute. It's called Envy. Can you get it to work? Yes. Can you get 3 looks that are gonna fill a variety of your lifestyles? Depends on how colorful your lifestyle is. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys consider sticking around, and I will see you Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Back here, ring the bell, smash the button, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.